Hey everybody, happy Monday. How is everybody today? It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 10. And I had to go live because I have so many thoughts, but I will say this episode felt very much filler. It wasn't that interesting, but there were a few funny things that happened that do need to be talked about live, okay? But yeah, Potomac, I need you guys to step it up. We are coming off the heels of an amazing season of OC. SLC is in their bag. They are top two and they're not two. So y'all need to really step it up because Beverly Hills is coming for that top spot too. And you guys are lagging behind. Y'all are still better than New York, but come on, girls. I need you guys to get it together. Chop, chop. All right. But hey, y'all, how's everybody doing? How are y'all? Hey, guys. Listen, y'all, the title that I wanted to put originally wouldn't fit because it was going to be roasting TJ. I will be roasting in just a few minutes. So everybody get your snacks ready, get comfortable because I'm going in. That was a very sad display. But how are y'all doing? Yes, guys. Oh, you're meal prepping tonight. I see that. Listen, don't you worry. I'm gonna talk about all of that. Okay. He put that Gatorade or that Powerade in that wine glass. I was appalled. I said, wait, excuse me. I said, Stacey, is this what we're doing? You were on national TV looking as good as you look with this? Absolutely not. And if you are a woman out there, whatever, listen, anybody out there, if you have something going for yourself, if you look good, stop dating bums. Leave the bums alone, okay? But we'll talk more about that later on. But yes, listen, y'all, I was disgusted, okay? I was disgusted. Oh, I saw we have Scotland in here. Hey, I feel so honored. It's like what, 9 or 10 p.m. there, but thank you for being here. Y'all, y'all are in rare form. We are only 2 minutes into this live and you guys are already showing out in the chat, y'all. You guys always have me screaming. So let's just dive right on in. Y'all know that we don't have a minute to spare. So we start off the episode with Jazelle at home. She's with her daughters and she's asking them how was work because they're working before they go to college. And they're like, oh, it was tragic, but we need the money. So here we are working. So Jazelle says, well, her kids are amazing, despite what other people have to say. Mia talking about they're sneaking boys in the house in the last episode. She was so out of order for that. But she says that Adore graduated with a 4.2 and Angel graduated with a 3.9, and her kids are fourth generation going to an HBCU. So listen, Jazelle, you don't need to convince us. We know that your girls are great girls. So don't let what Mia said even get you upset. But Miss Jazelle, I just want to tap you quickly because I want to see the same smoke for Mia that you had for Wendy and Candace in the last season when you accused them of looking funny when you mentioned your daughters on the trip to the DR. The same way you just swore that they were being shady about your kids when they weren't. I hope that you light Mia up because I'm gonna light you up again if you let Mia go easy. Because again, Jazelle, I just feel like the smoke that you have for certain people versus others is a bit questionable. And I have not used that particular word this season, okay? But I might have to break it out if you give me a pass for what she said about your daughters when you were up in arms about Candace and Wendy and they were innocent, okay? So I just got to whack you quickly about that. And for all the Jazelle fans out there, you know that what I'm saying is correct, okay? But I saw that she was on the Clubhouse. She said that Jazelle got Mia on Watch Happens Live. She told Andy that she heard she was going to be on Love and Hip Hop, and Andy looked mad at that. She also said that Mia is dead to her. Okay, good. So now we see Jazelle addressing a very important topic. We all know that Giselle's father passed away last season. He died of a brain tumor. He was diagnosed and then 10 days later passed away. Very sad. So we learn that she's discussing the will. She says that he had somebody, well, he had a will and somebody close to him threw the will out. So she goes on to say that the last week that he was alive was after his brain surgery, and he supposedly signed a new will. So she says obviously he didn't sign it because he couldn't even hold up a pen. He was unable to write, read, do anything. So it's very suspicious. So now she says that she's in court trying to get the will thrown out. And then she goes on to say that if the will is thrown out, then her daughters, and pretty much her and her daughters, they'll be set, they'll be getting 2/3 of his estate. But if it's not thrown out and the new will is accepted, then they get nothing. And that includes her, the daughters, like just a whole mess. So she says that, this will is fraudulent and it's very painful to go through this, especially after losing her dad. So she says somebody around him had a will signed by him, but I was with him. And once again, he was unable to read, write, do anything. So again, she's just confused as to how this new will is even in place when he was unable to do anything. He wasn't in his, he wasn't stable. So she says that her dad stood on generational wealth being passed, and now this makes her rethink wanting to get remarried. Now, let me just stop here. I see a lot of y'all saying that Giselle's giving us something for a change. I agree. About this whole will being thrown out, I'm wondering, was this a girlfriend? Was this a new wife? Because Jazelle was a bit tight-lipped. I feel like we're not getting the full story, because how is this able to happen? Who would be that close to him that they'd be able to get him to sign a new document? It has to be a girlfriend or a new wife. Maybe, I don't know. Jazelle doesn't really share a whole lot about her life or her family, because think about it. I had no idea that she even had a sister until she said it a few seasons ago at the reunion. I thought she only had a brother, and we've never even seen him before. So there's a part of me that feels like, was this a new wife because her parents are divorced, or was this one of her siblings who did this? I don't know. I believe it was a girlfriend, sound like a partner of sorts. Yeah, it's giving a new wife, girlfriend, because she said her siblings should have gotten something too. Okay. Oh, you listen to the podcast? She's in good standing with her family. Okay. We don't even have the sister's name. Yeah, I thought he was remarried, so I thought it was her. I absolutely agree. Giselle's worse than Karen. It's all, I truly hope they figure this out. Yeah, I was very baffled by this. Hopefully this is fixed, because imagine, her father worked really hard. I'm sure he had a considerable amount of money. And for her to not get anything, I would be screaming. I'd be irate. Okay. So yeah, I hope that they're able to overturn this and get this all sorted out. The trust and will is a major issue. Oh, thank you so much. Happy holidays to you too. So, she says that if she were to get remarried, God forbid this happened to her, and that's a reason why she's not trying to be legally attached to anybody else going forward. And I understand that. I think that, and a lot of you guys who, if you are older and maybe you're divorced or widowed, would you want to get remarried again? Do you see a point in it? I don't know. I feel like after a certain age, does it really matter? Especially if you've been there, done that. I could see if you've never been married and then maybe love finds you later in life and you get married. But if you've already been married and you're 50 plus, do you feel like it makes sense to get married again? And then when you have all your assets and you have homes and you want to make sure that your kids and grandkids are taken care of, it doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but let me know. But yeah, I can definitely understand why she's like, you know what? I don't know if I want to get remarried again. And then also, she had a really horrible marriage to Jamal. He was always cheating. So I'm sure that she's very disillusioned and she's not trying to go through that again. We don't talk about trust and wills enough in the Black community. Yeah, I know. We need, and also, y'all, make sure that you have life insurance. Life insurance is, not to get preachy, but You know, especially the younger you are, the cheaper the policy is. Like I pay like maybe like $20 for mine and you get like a nice amount of money. So just do it. You never know. It's the easiest way to get money, you know, to build wealth in the community by getting life insurance. I don't care if it's even like a $20,000 policy, get something. There's nothing worse than losing a loved one and then you don't have the money. So listen, do the right thing, get life insurance so that when you go, your family can be taken care of. They can at least wipe their tears with some dollar bills. Okay. I'm just saying it does ease the pain. And I'm speaking from, you know, somebody who lost a parent a few years ago. So I'm like, it definitely eases the pain. All right. Not to be tacky, but I'm just saying it eases the pain. It lessens the hurt. So look into life insurance. All right. I had my dad sign me over power of attorney after that. Life insurance, living trust, and a will. Yeah, it's true. I'm never getting married again. I'm also 60. Been there, done that. Baby, my parents got the trust, life insurance. Yeah, and wills in check. Yes, yes. My dad had the same thing. He had all his stuff in place. And when you think about it, it's a lot. It shows how much you love your family because you want them to be taken care of when things when they go. So yeah, you know, whatever policy you can get a policy. Well, we talked about that. She said her father always talked about generational wealth, but she was always talking about Candace. Make it make sense. Well, I said that. Well, I said that from jump. There was jealousy going on, and it's just so dumb. There was a lot of jealousy. They thought that they didn't feel like Candace was deserving of the life that she lived. That's all it was. And I can relate to that. People being upset, feeling like, oh, who's this little dark skinned girl with this great life, well to do? So, yeah, there was a lot of that going on because, especially for Jazelle and Robin, who grew up in Jack and Jill, they should know better. So, that whole thing was a lot of jealousy and feeling like she did not deserve to, you know, have the upbringing that she did due to this and due to the shade, in my humble opinion. I know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, there was a lot of jealousy surrounding Candace about generational wealth. All my life insurance and 401k is going to my son. Exactly, yes. Giselle's never been honest about her life. Look, her father was out of the home. I don't think, well, I mean, that's your opinion, but that my opinion is that I think that it did play a reason why they felt the way they did about Candace. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down in it. Yes, I had the same experience as a dark-skinned Black girl raised with wealth in NYC. Yes, I see you, you see me, we see each other. Oh, I just love you. Thank you so much. You're spot on with your analysis of colorism, mean girl behavior. Stay on their necks. Thank you. Listen, I've lived it myself, so I know a little something about a little something. I'm just saying. Living in a white city now is worse. I can imagine. Yes, make sure you get life insurance for you too. Yes, no, it's true. It's true. Just guys, get life insurance. Don't think that you're too young to get it. I mean, life is crazy. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us, no matter how young we are. 20s, 30s, y'all, like get a policy on yourself. You just never know. So now oh, thank you for the super chat, Antoine Weatherington. Thank you. Side note, so why in the live thumbnail does TJ look like her butch great aunt who always keeps a short cut and pantsuit? I'm screaming. A mess. So now, you know, that scene's pretty much done. Nothing more to say, but I do feel sorry for Jazelle that she's going through this. I hope that works itself out. I hope that the judge overthrows this fraudulent will and that she and her kids are able to get their money. That's all I have for that. So now we get to Stacey at her crash pad. I was disgusted by this scene. There is nothing that I hate more than a broke, stingy, or cheap man. I don't like cheap people in general, but especially for a man, I was livid watching this. If y'all saw me on Bluesky, I was cutting up. I said, "Excuse me, what are we doing here?" So anyhow, TJ has a frozen pizza on the counter and he says, I want to make you lunch because I don't want to go to the store. So my first thought was, you guys have been dating or seeing each other now for what, 6 months? That's what Stacey said in the beginning of the season. How come we have never seen y'all out and about at a restaurant? Why are you guys always at her place cooking up some stupid cheap meal out of her refrigerator, out of her freezer, and that's okay? This man is a bum. He has no money. And for Stacey to sit up here and accept this, I said, girl, what are you doing? How old are you? I was not even accepting this kind of treatment in high school or college. I cannot imagine being good and grown. She's in her 40s dealing with this. Like, what are we talking about here? So anyhow, he says that, well, I don't have a chef's hat, so here's my version of one. And he puts on a satin bonnet. Stacey laughing at that. I said, girl, what's funny? I don't understand. He's making you a cheap frozen pizza out of your refrigerator with your bonnet on. But then she said that she doesn't wear bonnets. So I said, okay, girl, well, I guess. So she says that he makes her laugh. And I said, Stacey, you need to grow up. Like, she needs to wake up for real. This man is a loser. And when Wendy said, when they were at Lake Norman, and she was saying that he's an actor, and Wendy said, oh, is he an extra? Girl, it looks like he is an extra, because y'all have been DMing me on Instagram, showing me all old clips of when he was on Sister Sister. Sister Sister was what, in the 90s, early 2000s? That was his last gig. He's been on CSI, background work. He was on some other show as a background person. I'm like, he's not an actor. He's not making any money. He's literally making the day rate and a free gas card and craft services. That's what he's getting. She reminds me of Jennifer Williams. Yes, very desperate. I wonder, because she's had a hustle with money, she overlooked how cheap he is. Well, no, because when you're with men with money, you can't go down. You can never go down in lifestyle, especially as a woman. So it's giving me that Stacey is just desperate for a man. That's what this gives, because her desperation is overriding her common sense. So anyhow, she sits down while he's preparing this frozen pizza. And I said, so all those commercials with Domino's talking about they have a free emergency pizza if you need one, he can't do that. Domino's, don't they have that 555 deal? All I know is Domino's always has a deal with the free pizza. The fact that this man cannot even spare $15 for a pizza, like, we can't even do Uber Eats or DoorDash. And what really killed me was he put the pizza on the counter. He didn't even put it under a pan or anything. It's just on the counter. I'm like, the germs that are just jumping out. And it wasn't even a good pizza. You know how they have the good frozen pizzas, like they have the luxury ones, California Pizza Kitchen or Newman's Own. You couldn't even do that kind of pizza. He got like an off-brand, store brand. It was, I don't even know if it was Ilios or it wasn't even DiGiorno. It was, I don't know what it was, but that pizza looked disgusting. I was like that in my mouth watching it. He got $6 each. Stacey is 39. Wow. Dollar Tree pizza. No, that pizza would look disgusting. He's humiliating on her on purpose. He does not like women. Child, he got Tostinos. Y'all will not sit up here and cut up like this. Oh my God, please, y'all. It is too early. Child, my mouth was not watering at all. Oh, thank you so much. One thing about Miss Selena Gomez knows how to make a blush, honey. Her makeup line, Rare Beauty, that highlighter and that blush, she did that. She did her big one. She chewed a little bit with the makeup line. Stacey needs to leave. He is cheap. Y'all, I don't mean to preach, but I'm just saying, for all my girls out here dating, we're all single, mingling, having fun, please stop messing with cheap men. Is a cheap man is worse than a broke man, because it's on the same level as a broke man, because a cheap man will have the money and he just don't want to spend it. That's worse. Stop messing with cheap, stingy, broke, tight, frugal. Leave it alone. Run. Respect yourself. Love yourself. You can do better. I'm serious. Like, I'm so serious, y'all. Please stop dating these broke men. Y'all gotta stop. It doesn't matter. Stop worrying about having a man. That doesn't matter. If you're with somebody who doesn't even treat you right, there's no flowers, there's no gifts, there's no dates. Do you really have a man? A man using your body for sex? Like, what is that? That's him. Stop. Y'all got to stop. Like, please, y'all, just stop. Stop worrying about having a man. It's not the end all be all in life, because it will have you out here looking like Stacey, 40 years old, dealing with a man who's making her a cheap frozen pizza out of her freezer. Stop. I'm saying this because I love y'all, and you hear too many stories of this kind of behavior, and I want to wring Stacey's neck for this. I'm like, girl, are you serious right now? What is going on? That pizza looked disgusting. Yes, date up, not down. Oh my gosh. Oh, my boyfriend heard you and said sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, listen. Listen, my parents taught me right. That was a struggle pizza. Y'all, a mess. But it wasn't even a name brand pizza. I don't know what that was. So he's making the pizza. So now he starts talking about Wendy's party, and he says, well, I know that you were stressed. And Stacey's like, wait, how were you stressed? And he says that he felt like an Uber date because she was off talking to other people and never checked back in with him. TJ, you are aware that Stacey is on a reality show. So even when they go to parties, they're still working. They still have to film scenes with their castmates. So what's not clicking? And also, we saw you talking to Ray about some old computers from 1975. Then you were talking to Ray about the bonuses that the QVC hosts make. I'm like, you were having a good old time talking with Ray. So you weren't lonely. So this weirdo behavior, and also that should have been the last time that Stacey ever talked to you, because I dare a man to tell me to get my hands off of him or tell me I need to get it together. That's the last time you would ever see me. You're blocked. We will never go out again. How dare you? The audacity. And Stacey, what's wrong with you? You're sitting up there apologizing to him, saying, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? You didn't do anything wrong. Am I crazy, y'all? Let me know. I was livid. TBD said her storyline is fake, and Stacey ran to production to have scenes cut because her story was not making sense. Wow. Stacey, if that's the truth, then you could be a one and done, because I don't want all this fake stuff on my TV. It's weird. He doesn't look like he can. Yeah, he doesn't look like that either. I would have told you to leave my house. Exactly. He had the nerve to ignore her when she did meet him at the table. Exactly. We never get her and TJ doing anything romantic or fancy. Yeah, all these free dates. Listen, I wasn't even dealing with these kind of cheap dates when I was in college. I'm so sorry. I'll be damned if I'm sitting up there in somebody's dorm room with a frozen pizza. You still had to have something. He's a 60-year-old virgin. Exactly. I was not, listen, y'all. Even in college, like I'd rather be with myself than sit up there and entertain that. Sorry. So now she apologizes and she says, well, I saw you talking to other people. I didn't know that I had to check in on you. And now Stacey says that, she thought he'd be fine hanging out with the other boyfriends and husbands. So they sit down to eat that cheap pizza, and y'all, I nearly fell out when he poured. Now, I want to ask you guys in the chat, was that Gatorade or was that one of those 25-cent drinks from the corner store? What was that? What was this lime green concoction in that wine glass? Inquiring minds want to know. I said, what are we doing right now? And Stacey, you actually took a sip of this and you actually bit into that pizza. I could have slapped you. I said, girl, are we, what is going on? Where do we go wrong? Because I can't believe that you're sitting up here entertaining this. It was a cheap ass juice. It was a broke drink. It was giving 25 cents from the corner store. Yes, 25 cent bodega drink. It's a struggle pizza. It was a melted popsicle stick. The bar's in hell. A juice for kids. It was a big huggy Dollar Tree drink. Green Kool-Aid. You said it was Hubba Bubba. She didn't need a fake relationship for a storyline. I agree. It was Kroger Aid. He had the nerve to put the juice in an ice bucket. I would have knocked all that over. How dare you? There should be champagne and Prosecco in there, not some damn 25-cent drink in there. I said, Stacey, you are really making a fool out of yourself, and this is embarrassing. Child, that was that Ghostbuster high C from back in the day. It was a small pack Kool-Aid. How far has RHOP fallen? It's so embarrassing. Oh God. Yes, he makes no effort. A man who makes no effort for you is not going to make effort now. Exactly. It's like a little kid playing house. Listen, when I played house, I had that nice kitchen setup. I had that cute, like fake kitchen. Remember that kitchen? I had that. And I would actually make like real food. I had the easy bake oven and all that stuff. I'm like, the fact that he couldn't even whip something up that was actually nice on top of that. Her daughter could have done a better job. Exactly. Yes, I want to know about what happened to her marriage too. Was there cheating? Because it's not adding up to me. And the way she talks about her husband, she still says her husband and not her soon-to-be ex-husband, makes me think that was Stacey cheating or something? Because I'm confused as to why she's leaving him to go with TJ. At least Walter took Kenya to a restaurant. Yeah. You know that juice was sour and that pizza was extra hard. I wouldn't be surprised if that pizza was had freezer burn. It looked like she had not used that pizza she had not touched that pizza in months. She was divorced before she got on the show. Well, if she was cheating, a damn sure was not with TJ. You know, the pizza cut the roof of her mouth. Oh, it tore her mouth up. Gums all messed up. So this is concerning. I've said this before in the last 3 recaps. I think that TJ is an opportunist. I think he's a grifter and a leech, because when he started asking her about mediation and the dividing of the assets, and then he's like, oh, so would you ever consider hiring a forensic accountant to go over, your assets? And I said, now, why would you ask that? A man asking about your money is an absolute no for me. Girls, women, I don't care how old you are. Listen to me good. My parents used to always say, especially my grandma, a man does not need to know what is in your purse. He does not need to know what's in your bank account. A man asking about your money, that's a red flag. I'm serious. If you must talk about it, if it's serious, maybe this is my opinion. Tell him if you make 200,000, tell him you make 90. Tell him that you make 60% less than what you're making. If you make $1 million, tell him that you make 100,000. If you make 50,000, tell him that you make 20. Honestly, y'all just lie. I'm a big fan of just lying about certain things, especially when it comes to that. You need to say that you work at Payless. Say that, I don't know, say something, but just say whatever it is, you ain't got it. Not for a grown man, but a man should not be in a woman's purse. And him asking her that is troubling, because why are you even thinking about that? You won't even take this woman out on a date. You don't get her gifts, no flowers. You're sitting up there chomping down on her pizza like it's Ruth's Chris. You're pouring her up some cheap drink that maybe costs $1 total, but you want to know about forensic accounting and what she has in her bank account and how the assets are going to be divided by her soon-to-be ex-husband? No, sir. Finishing school now. You're right. Yes. How much do you make? Enough. Listen, TJ's a male gold digger. Exactly. He wants her to pay for half of the zoo tickets. And get this, y'all, all my DC friends told me that the zoo in DC is free. He wants her to go half on nothing. Oh yeah, don't tell your friends either. Oh, absolutely. About that, yes, about money as you're foolish if you sit up there talking about, oh yeah, I make this and I'm doing well for myself and I have this and I have that. You're a real. My grandma used to always say, only a dummy would tell a man how much she makes, especially if she makes a lot. So take that how you want to. The National Zoo is literally free. Yes, if you make $250, you only make $45. Yes. Yes, I don't know how much I make. I just wake up. Exactly. Oh my gosh. So I'm so happy that I went live because y'all are just too fun. Thank you, Christopher Brunson. Preach, Brooke. Yes, I know I'm preaching. I know I'm preaching. Hey, Brandy M. Thank you for the super chat. Do you know Karen's assistant Matt died? Shocking. Yes, I saw that. Rest in peace to Matt. That's really sad. So now they get off of that, and Stacey says, well, the ladies told me that they think that it's not really wise for us to get in this serious relationship after I'm coming out of a 16-year marriage. And they're right. Now, I don't really see it for Jazelle and Ashley any other time, but when you're right, you're right. I don't know why Stacey's so pressed to be in this relationship or any relationship after getting out of a marriage. Give yourself some time to heal. If anything, just date, have fun, be single, get to know yourself. But I don't know, Stacey is like a lost cause right now. So now she says that, sorry, I lost my place with my notes. So she said, so TJ says, I understand that. I'm not offended by that because divorce is traumatic. It's a loss. So now Stacey starts asking him if he would continue this journey with her if she wants to see other people. So let me just pause right now. I don't know why Stacey or women who operate like Stacey feel the need to tell these men every little thing. Keep your mouth shut. This man is not your husband. He's not even your boyfriend. He doesn't even take you out. So why are you even asking him about his opinion? How would he feel if you date other people? Do what you want. These men do what they want. You don't need to answer to anybody. Date multiple men. So do men ask you when they're seeing other women? No, they don't. They do it. So you need to operate like them. I don't understand why Stacey is not getting that. It's just so stupid. This is not even your boyfriend. This man is a best friend. I'm gonna keep it at that. But this man is not even a real romantic relationship. And you're asking him, well, how would you feel? What? Y'all have me screaming. I don't understand it. So now, so TJ says, well, I would still care about you, but I wouldn't close myself off to other options either. All I'm going to say about that is I'm sure TJ does have other options, but I doubt that the other options are Stacey. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't need to know anything. It is a mess. Stacey is new to the dating scene. She needs Brooke, the dating coach. She needs common sense. Yes, that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Yup, he said options, not women. That's exactly what I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it. You understood what I meant? Exactly. Y'all are funny. So now, so Stacey's like, wait, well, you don't even want to sleep with me. And his answer, he says, well, sex has never been casual to me. and I'm only doing it if I know it's a committed relationship. TJ, you've been saying for the longest that you won't have sex until you're married. Now all of a sudden it's, well, you won't have it until you're in a relationship. Which one is it? I get the impression that TJ does not want to have sex with a woman ever. So that's why he's turned off at the idea. You said be who you are for your pride. That video takes me out every single time. I'm happy you're here too. Yes, the slip is slipping. I'm sure he has other options. Yeah, Stacey, don't bring that man back next season. Yup. So TJ goes on to say that he wants to help her because he cares about her. And then Stacey says there's a part of her that wants to hear TJ say that I want you to be with me and I want you to, I'd melt into a puddle of tears if you were with somebody else. So TJ says, well, if I really love you and care about you, I want you to be good for you. And so Stacey's like, so do you want me to choose you? And we end the scene with him saying, well, I would like you to, but if you don't want to, then that's fine. You don't have to. This whole conversation was a fool. And Stacey, this man is telling you in so many ways that he does not want you. And he wants you to release him back into the wild and let him do him. He's not interested. The fact that you have to ask him, well, do you want to fight for us? And do you want me? And wouldn't you be upset if I dated other men? He's literally telling you, I mean, I don't really care that much. Do you? You shouldn't have to ask a man that. If he wants you, he'll let you know. If you're getting mixed signals from a man, he doesn't want you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to ruin somebody's illusions, but if you have to do that, the man does not want you. When a man wants you, you'll know. If he doesn't want, if you're confused, he don't want you. Stacey, you're confused in more ways than one about TJ. Let this go. If you come back, I don't want to see this man and this storyline back on our screens. Let this be it. You are playing in our faces and we're tired. He should be chasing her. Exactly. Stacey, you're in danger, girl. He embarrassed the hell out of Kenya, but at least Walter was child. Listen, I've started skipping Stacey's scenes. I mean, listen, y'all, I was taught well. I wasn't putting up with certain stuff. There's certain things that I'm just not doing. Stacey is confused. TJ is confused. We're confused. Yeah, we're confused and we're annoyed. I don't want to miss a super chat. Thank you, DM Rocks. Hey, where is Jazzy at? Is she getting the Melee treatment from SLC? I'm fine not seeing her because she's fighting with YouTubers. Yeah, so we don't see Jazzy anymore. They say that, yeah, she was supposed to be a full-time cast member, but then they decided to demote her midway. So yeah, we're not going to be seeing Jazzy anymore. And yeah, and Jazzy, grow up. You wanted to be famous. You got what you wanted. Don't blame us that you're in this crazy situation with you and this man. You look crazy. You were obviously the side piece who got promoted, and now you're embarrassed about it, and now you want to come after us? That's not how this works. You could have stayed in obscurity. You did not have to join this show, but you want to be famous, and now here we are, and now your business is out on Front Street because the ex exposed you and said, no, he was seeing you while still dealing with her. And now you're embarrassed about it because you look stupid. You look desperate. Jazzy embarrassed herself. Exactly. No, Jazzy hasn't said anything to me, but yes, she is fighting with other YouTubers. She's upset that they're exposing her for this stupidity going on. Listen, when you choose to be on reality TV, especially, you need to really develop a thick skin. You cannot have it both ways. If you show out on TV, you have to eat it, take the L's, take what folks are saying about you, and think about it this way. You'd rather people talk about you than not talk about you. That's how you stay famous and relevant. The minute people stop talking about you, that's when you're irrelevant. These women love fame. They love the attention. So they enjoy when us YouTubers talk about them, whether it's good, bad. But the minute we stop talking about them, they're upset. So Jazzy, look at it like that. The day that we all stop talking about you, period, that means that you're done. So take the good and the bad and make it work for you. She came in hot and had thin skin. Yes. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. Kay isn't giving much this season. I know. I'm upset to admit that. Hey, Aviva, Lauren, thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Loretta Forbes, thank you for the super chat. If a man wants to, you know, he will move mountains. Exactly. TJ's not even doing the bare minimum. Okay, he hasn't even lifted a finger to make her life easier in the least bit. He's not courting her. No dates, no gifts, no romance, nothing. So, Stacey, wake up, get a grip, and find somebody else. Kay's minding her business, but it's definitely boring. It is boring. Jazzy knows her whole situation is a fool. Yeah. She should have played. Yeah, listen. If I were Jazzy, I would say, listen, the situation was messy, but that's my man. I'm going to stick beside him. You guys can call me whatever you want, but at least you can't call me broke. That's how I would do it. If you can't take other people talking about you, then you're really in the wrong line of work. Stop trying to be famous. And that includes being a content creator too. You have people who will come at you or whatever. And, you know, that's fine, as long as there's no disrespect. But you got to take it. It's not going to always be a bed of roses. If you don't want to be a public facing person, then don't get in the camera. Don't get in the limelight if you can't take what all comes with it. To be fair, Kiana was supposed to be a friend of, but got promoted mid-season after Jazzy got demoted. Yeah, I understand that. I get that, but I'm still disappointed. So now, I mean, I love Kiana down. Love Kiana down, but I think that Kiana might be a bit too level-headed for this show. Hey, Lady T, thank you for the super chat. Y'all are going in on TJ, and I'm here for it. I'm sorry, but I don't think Stacey is smart enough to cheat, judging by TJ. Yeah, that's true. Very true. So now we get to Wendy at the bar. And Wendy's at the bar with her sister, Ivy. Wendy, I was going to skip this scene because it was a little bit, it wasn't the most interesting. Also, Wendy, I love Wendy down, but Wendy has such a beautiful body. I don't know why she chose to wear that blue dress, sweater dress. Wendy, that was not flattering at all. I'm sure it was designer. I'm sure you paid a nice coin for it, but that did you no favors. Yes, it was giving Michelin Man blue. Yes. That outfit looked horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. Child, no, I said, oh no. I said, Wendy, please do not ever wear that again. That dress was awful. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Christopher Brunson, for the super chat. Brooke, you should consider doing a video using Stacey as a case study of what not to put up with in a relationship. I would definitely share that to all my friends. Maybe something to think about. Yeah, that dress did her no favors. Yeah, it was a sweater dress. I'll give Wendy a pass. You can't always get it right. No, you're right. You're correct. You are, because Wendy usually gets it right 90% of the time, but that was no, ma'am. I was distracted by that dress. Oh, you like the dress. Listen, everybody's different. We all have different tastes. I get it. But for me, it was not flattering on her at all. Yes, it just, her confessional look is good. Is good. Her dress is from, it's from a Black-owned business. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I don't want to butcher the name, but that's good to know. But that dress did nothing for her. It was not flattering. Do you think she's wearing sponsored clothing? I didn't think about that. She looked like SpongeBob in that one episode with the inflatable arms. You guys are in rare form tonight. The confessionals are eating. Yes, the red hair on Wendy in the confessional looks amazing. All right. So anyhow, they take a shot because Wendy still has not told her mother, Susan, about her resigning from Johns Hopkins. So she says that as a Nigerian child, you only have 3 options: lawyer, doctor, and engineer. And even an engineer is a stretch. So now Susan arrives, their mother. They sit down to eat. And mind you, during this scene, that food looked amazing. They had plantains, and I mean, my mouth was watering. And then the drinks, they had some like passion fruit margarita, pineapple. I said, oh, and I love a margarita too. So watering during this scene. And that made up for that dry pizza and that 25-cent drink that Stacey and TJ had going on in the last scene. So it was funny because Susan was praying and Wendy was still talking to the waitress about what to order. And her mom was like, that is just so rude, talking while I'm praying. And I said, no, I don't think that Wendy was being rude. She didn't know that you were going to pray right then and there. And the food hadn't even come out yet. So she was ordering to make sure that you guys, had enough to eat. Now, listen, may I just say, the last time I spoke about the dynamics between Wendy and her mom, a lot of y'all got upset with me and said, oh, Brooke, be respectful. And I'm like, wait, this is my opinion. This is my channel. You want to hear what I have to say, right? So I've kind of treaded a little bit lightly, but I feel like that's not really fair to me. I should be able to voice how I feel, right? Right. But I just feel like, yes, I feel like her mom does way too much. And again, don't jump me in the comments. For those of y'all who watch the replay, I stand by what I said. I feel like her mom does too much. Her mom definitely likes the dramatic effects for the cameras. I feel like her mom wants to be on Housewives. If I'm being honest, if her mom could be on the show, she'd be on the show full time as well. Yes, it can be very annoying. Thank you so much. Giving your opinion does not mean you're being disrespectful. Exactly. Exactly. And also, we all have different upbringings, different point of views. So because I grew up in a family where I could voice my opinion, and me now, listen, y'all, I've always been very feisty, very slick at the mouth. I was one of those kids. Take it for how it is. But I did not believe in just because you were an adult or you were the parent, you got to say whatever you wanted to me. So it's hard for me to watch people, especially now grown people, who are still scared of their parents. Because I'm like, I couldn't imagine. That's just not me. And my parents, thank God bless them, they created space for us where we were able to voice our opinions, and it wasn't considered being fresh or being disrespectful. So growing up in that environment where I could express myself freely, I could express my opinions and my emotions, it's hard for me to watch other people still now as grown adults still having issues, not being able to do what they want, live how they want, and voice their opinions to their parents. Because that was never me. So it's kind of painful to watch, Wendy, being nervous about talking to her parents about, she doesn't want to do teaching anymore. You know what I'm saying? You get it? You get me? There's always a few of y'all who understand me. My mom always told me adults can be wrong too. Yes, that's my dad used to always say that. He would always say, just because we're your parents does not mean that we're always right. Exactly. I have friends that hide their smokers as grown adults. No, and listen, I know I'm very blessed because a lot of people, especially a lot in the Black community, a lot of that, like, our family was a rarity because that wasn't happening in other families. It was do as I say or shut up or you're gonna get hit. Or I didn't have to worry about getting hit over, voicing my opinions or my concerns. I was able to have a voice. So, but it's tough for me to watch Wendy, being nervous, or anybody being nervous around their parent, and I can't say this. You get it? So that's where my point of view comes from. So it's not me being disrespectful. I'm just putting myself in, well, what would I do? I wouldn't do this. I let my kids express their opinions. Oh, I love that. I couldn't voice my opinions to my mom, but I taught my boys to speak up. Yes. Yeah, adults can be very disrespectful, especially those adults who really feel like, well, you can't say anything to an elder. They're usually the worst ones. And y'all, okay, there are a few of us crazy ones in the chat who really see each other, but I was one of those kids where it was like, look, anybody could get it. If you say something crazy to me, okay. I'm just saying. I wasn't going for that. Okay. It's just normal behavior in the culture. And yes, no, I understand that. Is Wendy's mom paying the bills at the house? It's important to teach kids how to speak to adults when they disagree. Oh, absolutely. But she does tell her mother that she did resign from the university. And Susan's like, "Are you crazy?" And she's like, "I lost my appetite." And she's like, "You're resigning to go where?" So Wendy says, "Well, I want to focus on spending time with my kids and my talk show, but it doesn't mean that I'm no longer a professor." So she says, "Well, maybe I'll find a part-time position at another university." And Susan's like, "Well, I always bragged about my kids doing, all these great things." And Wendy says, "Well, I left because I felt like I was not being celebrated. I was only being tolerated, and I had to go." So, Susan, I don't know why you were doing all these dramatics for 5 minutes later. You changed your tune because then Susan is like, "Well, you know what? I'm happy because I never want my kids to feel stuck or chained to one place. So do you, and you'll do well." So I said, "So you did all that about I'm going to lose my appetite to now congratulate your daughter and wish her well?" You could have said that from jump, in my opinion. Yeah, the scene did feel rehearsed. It did give a rehearsed vibe because absolutely. Now, her accomplishments don't go away. My 11-year-old is not afraid to check me in a respectful way, and I couldn't be prouder. I hope she always speaks her mind. I love it. I love it. That's how they rehearsed it, child. It did feel rehearsed because again, why did her mom go through all that just to say at the end, "Oh, well, I'm proud and I don't want you to be stuck and, good for you." I said, well, why did you say all that about I lost my appetite and, I can't believe this and I always brag on my kids? What was that for? Yeah. Now, quick thing. I did see that Dr. Wendy, she was on the Angela Yee radio show, and she announced that she is now a professor at Wesleyan University. So good for Dr. Wendy. That's awesome. Her course is going to be about reality TV. So that she's, a great person to talk about that with. So that's going to be awesome. Again, she's at Wesleyan University now. So that's going to be interesting, especially living in the DMV area. But you guys told me that Dr. Wendy's on the border of Pennsylvania, Delaware. So I'm like, okay, but that's going to be a commute. But again, good for her. So on top of that, when Dr. Wendy went on to mention how she has her talk show, we know that Dr. Wendy does have her YouTube show. One of y'all made a great point on Bluesky about how Dr. Wendy has not been that consistent with her YouTube show. And I have to agree with that. I think, and it's no shade, but a lot of these reality stars, especially the Housewives, they think that YouTube and podcasting is so easy, and they realize that it's not. That's why a lot of these housewives with YouTube channels, they flop immediately. They think that it's about to be a quick, easy money grab. They think that it's going to be, they're going to get their big Google check on the 22nd. For all y'all who know about that infamous YouTube beef, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they think that it's going to be a quick, easy money grab, and they see that no, it's hard work. It's easier to be on a show versus doing YouTube, because YouTube, it's all on you. You're the editor, you're the talent, you're the creative director. You do it. You do all of it. Production, editor, you're all of that. The lighting, that's all on you. When you're on a show, you have folks doing that for you. You already have the machine pumping you out to promote you. We're all self-promoting ourselves. They have a whole team behind them. They have a whole network behind them. They have editors. They have cast members. So the show's not all on them. But I think that a lot of these housewives think that YouTube is easier than it is, and they get that wake-up call that no, you're going to work for your money. If you think that you're about to get on YouTube, it's going to be just so easy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm here to tell you it is you're going to work for every single dollar. You are going to work for every single dollar. So Dr. Wendy, seeing that she only has 2 episodes up of the latest season, we're already 10 episodes into this season. Why don't you have a new episode every single week? On top of that, I'm really surprised that Wendy's dropped the ball on giving us a behind the scenes on each episode. That would be really cool right there. When the whole stuff with NECA happened last season, she teased that on her YouTube channel, she'd be debunking what really happened and breaking it all down between the accusations of, NECA and this supposed phone call and all that stuff. And we never got that episode. And I just feel like the consistency is not there. So for you to say, oh, my talk show, it's like, girl, you've kind of dropped the ball on that. And I have to be honest. I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all. Teresa, yeah, it's hard, child. I actually watched her. Yeah, it's very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. Her heart isn't truly in it. That's exactly what it is. And people don't understand, like, your subscribers can feel that. People know when you just did YouTube for a money grab versus you would do it if nobody's watching you. When I first started YouTube, I'd be talking to the camera like I was talking to the amount of people that I'm talking to now. I only had like 3 people watching. I have bots in the comments, Russian sex bots in the comments. My mom was like, oh, I'm so proud of you, whatever. And that was it. And I still did it because I knew that eventually the people were going to come. The money was going to come. But her heart's not in it, and you can tell. So I just said, girl, this whole talk show, it was a cute idea in theory, but you've dropped the ball. Just saying. I'm just saying. If you don't love what you do, it shows. It is true. Listen, honey, the Russian sex bots be like, oh, hot, sexy girls, click on this link. And I was like, okay, I got 5 comments. Yes, Ayana, shout out to the sex bots. Listen, y'all, if you build it, they will come. It's true. Yes, Teresa Judice with her YouTube channel. She only has 1 video up of a cooking recipe. That's it. The thing is, Karen Huger had her YouTube channel, is doing nothing. They want to get that quick check because you can make a bag on YouTube. Don't be fooled. You can make, when you're consistent, the videos are doing well, you see a nice coin, but they're realizing that they have to really hustle for that money and they don't want to do that. They're lazy. That's all I'm going to say. But yes, Candy is the only one who does it right. Exactly. Wendy is used to being told what to do, doesn't know herself. Oh, I can see that. That's a good point. Consistency is key. Well, honey, you all came in and now the sex bots are gone. They left me alone. Remember when Eddie was signing that check to set everything up? Yes, it was 50 grand. Yes, Cynthia and Crystal's podcast is doing well. Yes, pour one out for the sex bots. Exactly. She's a natural. Yep, Candy's a natural house. Yep, she's the only one who has a consistent YouTube channel. Yep, I will always give Candy her propers on that. Everything Wendy does is a money grab. Oh, child, you think so? Child. Candy's the only one willing to invest money behind her YouTube. Candy does it right because she has a production business. Yep. Yes, look at me now, honey. Look at the doll now, honey. 30K and counting. Yes. Child. Gunique is not selling essential oils. Well, okay, wait. One more thing. We've gotten sidetracked, but I love it though. That's what lives are for. Did you guys see all the diehard Monique stands who were cursing me out season 5? Come to the front. This is specifically for you. Come to the front. And I want my apology. I want my apology because y'all swore that I was hating on Monique and, she doesn't even need the show. It's a little check to her and that I'd be sorry. Did you see Monique Samuel's recent interview? Did you see it? It dropped a few days ago. I think it's called, I never heard of this podcast before. It's called the Dear Future Wifey. I don't know what it is, but that's the name of the podcast. She got up there and come close. I want you to hear me clearly. Miss Monique Samuel is the one who said that, oh, I don't need this little check. Did you know that she does not receive alimony or child support? Let me say that again for the folks in the back. Your girl, your queen with the 4 homes and, oh, we're all hating on her and we could never. No child support and no alimony. I want my apology, especially the ones who are cursing me out, especially y'all who cursed me clean out when I said that your girl was a fraud. I want my apology down below in the comments and in this chat. Mm-hmm. No child support and no alimony. But y'all just swore that your girl knew so much and didn't need that show. But this recent press tour that she's on is giving that she wants to get back on the show. Yeah. Yeah. She got a one-time lump sum payment, and she said that she spent it all on the house that she's living in now for her and her children. Then she made a joke saying that they still travel, her and her kids, but they no longer go first class. They fly Southwest. So for all y'all who said, oh, she'll be set for life if they ever divorce and they're good. And get this, she even went on to say that going forward now, she doesn't even care if she marries somebody rich. She'll take anybody. She'll take somebody working at McDonald's, a bus driver. That's what she said. I just want to bask in this for a moment. Yep, she bought the house with a lump sum. Hey, Mel Penn, thank you for the super chat. Remember, Mo is not for lazy moms, so she'll be fine. Yes. I know Candace is having a good day indeed. Okay. Oh, Candace is cackling. Child, the Monique, y'all cursed me out, called me everything but a child of God. If you go back to all my season 5 recaps, especially the fight episode, the Monique stands were out. We were tussling in the comments. I was bobbing and weaving. I was ducking. They were going in on, honey. They were calling me everything but a child of God. They were, call me out of my name. They said that they couldn't believe it. How dare you? I didn't curse you out, but I did ride for Monique. Well, thank you. I'm well enough to say I was wrong. Oh, you know what? Ashley, God bless you, Ashley. Thank you for being able to admit it. I really appreciate you. And thank you for not cursing me out like the other fellow stans did. I appreciate you. Let me give you a big hug. I really appreciate you. Hey, Liberia Rose, thank you for the super chat. She'll even settle for a trainer. Yup. No child support. Do they have joint custody? I think they have joint custody, but she threw shade in the interview about how when the kids are with Chris isn't with them. The nannies watch them. Wait, I'm nosy. So after the interview, I went on Chris's Instagram page. That man is so happy to be away from her because every single caption of his is like, won't he do it? I'm free. and Chris used to be cheap when he was with her. Did you see Chris bought a new Rolls Royce? I said, oh, Chris is out. Chris is zipping it and zooing it, honey. Oh, gosh. Wow, just listen, a petty mess. But her and Ashley can slap 5 together and play patty cake because they both don't get child support or alimony. Oh gosh. I was a fan of Mo until she attacked Candace, never apologized for her horrible actions. Yes. Child. I'm sorry, but she was mean to him. I think so. I think they were both mean to each other. Yup. You call it out. Wake it up. I remember in season 5, her stans were all saying that Chris Bassett and Candace would end up divorced, and they praised Chris and Monique's marriage. Oh, how the tides have turned. Clock it. They were cursing me out. Oh my gosh. Those were some times. And the craziest part was that was my first year on YouTube. So imagine going from the Russian sex bots now having 800 comments and I have 3,000 people. It was like, oh wow. She must have cheated because what woman wouldn't fight for an alimony? Oh, she said, there was a prenup. She signed a prenup. She signed like an iron tight prenup to prove that she loved him. Now, I could have sworn that the stans were saying that there was no prenup and that she would get half, but no, she signed a prenup. Take a bow. Oh, yes, I should take a bow. Yes, let me take a bow. Listen, if I'm going to sign a prenup, I'm making sure that that benefits me, because you can make the prenup work for you. Speaking articulate, did you deal with the whole white girl? Because I can relate and it's still a struggle. Oh, yeah, I dealt with that. People talking about how I talked and the sound of my voice. Yes, that prenup was trash. Child. Yeah, no, and you know what's funny? For Chris to portray himself as this Southern gentleman, I am surprised that he's not offering her child support. I think, especially, and like y'all said, he begged her to have those kids. Because remember, in the earlier seasons before she got pregnant with the third child, she did not want to have a third kid. They were already struggling with the two kids that they had. And he put pressure on her. He wanted her barefoot and pregnant. That's what she said. And then for him to sit up there and do this, that's shameful. Chris, you should feel ashamed of yourself for not giving her child support. Even though Monique is a very nasty person and a pathological liar, just like Mia, because the way she lied about how the fight started before the season started, don't get me started on that, but she deserves child support. With all that being said, she deserves child support, and that's messed up. That's a mother of your kids at the end of the day. A mess. A hot mess. Child, y'all have me screaming. They equally share the responsibility. You said mama's boy. Yeah. So Chris's mama was right. What kind of man is he? I agree. I think there's more to the story than what she's saying. Yes. Oh, when it comes to Monique, it's always several different stories. It's always a whole bunch of stories. We don't ever know the real truth. Even with joint custody, a former spouse could still get support from the wealthier spouse. What did she do wrong? You can't give up your right to child support in a prenup. Child, a mess. I don't believe that she's not getting money. She's a liar. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Liberia Rose, thank you for the super chat. She had those court records sealed. Monique is a known liar. I don't believe a word she says. Wait, so y'all believe that she is getting child support and maybe lying on him to make him look bad? Let me know what you guys think. But I think it's a tie about who lies more. They both lie. Her problems are always somebody else's fault. Well, I just thought that I would share that. I'm glad that I didn't want to I could not leave this recap without telling you guys about that. All right, guys. No, she gets no alimony and no child support. She's absolutely getting child support. Well, listen to her interview. Listen to the interview. She says that she does not get child support or alimony. So listen to the interview. Report back to me what you guys think. So now we get to the whole speed dating event with Jazelle and Ashley. Not going to hold you. It wasn't that interesting. You know, it was cute. The first guy brought a bouquet of flowers to Ashley. Now, the way he Googled her, he was like, well, I know that your favorite flowers are tulips or lilies. And she's like, oh, well, damn. So I just said, girl, just watch out about these men. You guys are on a show. They all know who you are. Be careful, okay? Be very careful. You might have another TJ on your hands. But at least, well, TJ doesn't even give flowers. So props to this man for giving you flowers. So now, so Ashley finds a connection with this guy named Josh. He's from Pittsburgh. He was raised on a farm. Ashley relates because she was also lived on a farm when she was younger, rode horses. So now Jazelle meets this guy. Her speed dating partner is a man named Namsa. Did I say his name correctly? Let me know in the comments. But he's 42 and he looks just like Sherman, Giselle's ex-boyfriend from season 3. And even Jazelle says that, yeah, he definitely is my type. That's what I usually go for. Then she jokes around and says that Jason was a deviation from the type, but he was really cute and that body was everything. Now, I do want to say, did we ever get the reason why Jazelle and Jason broke up? Even though I never believed that romance anyway. We saw Jason in like 1.5 episodes last season, and then that was it. He was never talked about again. He gave me Simon Guobadia. Ciao. You said Jason was a clout chaser. Jason doesn't like black women. TJ, they broke up because the season was over. Yep, his contract ended. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's cute. Gizelle ends up picking Namsa and Ashley goes with Josh. That's all I got. Again, the scene was cute. Nothing really happened. We can move on. This whole scene with Karen and Ray at home, they're in the backyard drinking lemonade. Karen's still going on with her sob story about the accident that she caused. I can't. Karen, I understand that you're saying anything to keep out of going to jail, but enough is enough. This whole conversation was so tired about, wait, you guys are talking about the pizza? Was it a Celeste pizza? They're 99 cents. Can we move on from Karen and Ray? It was boring. And I'm tired of Karen giving us this sob story about, she was angry during the day of the accident, the night of the accident. And then she says that she realized that she was angry at Ray over what happened with his tax issues. Karen, I understand you can't show any remorse about this accident because the case is still going on. You don't want to go to jail. Now, you guys told me that the trial for Karen's case is the end of the month, this month. So, Lord willing, things do go in Karen's favor, because if not, she's looking at 2 years in jail. That's what I saw. So, a mess. Yeah. Karen's not happy in the marriage. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so. I would have more respect for Karen if she just said, I need to go to AA. Well, I guess she can't say that now because remember, the case is still going on. If she admits to needing AA, that could land her in jail. So she'll have to wait until the case is over, the trial is over, for her to say that I need help. Just say, I'm sorry, Karen. She needs to be accountable. But yeah, Karen's talking about she thought that at one point their marriage wasn't going to make it. I said, Karen, you've been saying this for years. You guys had that marriage counselor come 4 seasons ago where Ray said that he doesn't know if he loves you still or he thinks that he loves you. It's been the same song and dance. I'm over it. We can move on. Now, we do see Mia and Kiana meeting up for coffee. I have nothing for this scene. I thought it was a waste of airtime. Seeing Mia and Kiana all close like this all of a sudden, I'm like, what? And is it just me, or does anybody else feel like Kiana promotes her boyfriend's mental facility more than she promotes her own business? We know that Kiana has a med spa. We don't really hear anything about it. She was wearing his she was wearing his company's shirt and seeing his logo on camera. I said, girl, promote yourself. This man is just a boyfriend. And if I'm being really honest, I don't like Greg for Kiana. I feel like Kiana could do so much better. I don't like how dry he is. They don't seem evenly yoked at all. I don't care for him. And then for her to work, she's working for his company for free. No. Thank you. I'm not promoting any man who's not my husband. Exactly. We watched him berate her. Yeah, I was over that. Greg wants Kay to dumb herself down. Kiana gives me pick me. Yes, when she talks about, oh well, maybe he'll see me, in a wifey light, like maybe I'm cooking for him, and maybe he'll see that I'm wife material, but I don't want to chase him for the ring. I'm like, girl, what are you saying? Kiana is such a beautiful woman. I'm like, Kiana, you were dating an NFL player before. Go back to the athletes. He's marrying up. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the Potomac girls are desperate. He's like a Dr. G. Yeah. I bet he asked her to promote his business. Yes, if they don't marry you in a year, they never will. Yes. The way Greg talked to her had me tight. Yeah, I know, right? She's young. Like, girl, he's in his 40s with 3 kids, divorced. Kiana, please leave this man. Kay is giving Barbara the Builder. Yes. Y'all, we are right here. We are I want y'all to know that we are locked in. I don't care if you ever get annoyed with me with one of my takes on an episode or a season or a particular show, just know that we are still locked in despite if we agree or not. We are right here, okay? Like we're locked in. So nothing you can do about it. You're not leaving. But yeah, this whole conversation between Mia and Kiana was a chop. Mia is talking about Gordon, all their issues. Kiana's talking about, well, no. Mia says that Gordon's currently going through a manic episode. It's really bad right now. And she says that since Kiana's in the field, she wants Kiana to drop gems. And I said, Mia, Kiana owns a med spa. She's not a licensed social worker. She doesn't know anything about this. Her boyfriend happens to be one. Ask him for advice, not Kiana. Is giving that you just want free advice. But I said, yeah, Kiana's not the expert in this. That's her boyfriend. It was just stupid. I'd rather die alone than be desperate. Same. We're the same. Same. Oh, I love you back. I love you right back. Yeah, she's not in the field at all. It's so dumb. She wanted a scene. Exactly. She probably doesn't want to give Bravo a cut of her business. Oh. Well, I think that, Bravo only takes out 10%. So that's not a huge chunk. But I think that being on this show, you might as well leverage all your businesses. What's the point of being on the show if you can't promote your stuff? That's my opinion. But Kiana's giving Mia some advice, and then she says, well, I think that Gordon feels a bit emasculated, but he feels like there is a chance for you guys to be back together. And Mia says, oh, yeah, because this morning, Gordon said, well, we should get back together and just not have sex. And so she says, do you think that Ink would be okay with that? So Kay says, no, girl, like just stop. No. So now Kay says, I have to ask you, I want to clear this up for myself. Ink is not the father, right? And Mia says, well, we're going to get a test, but personally, I don't think that Ink is Jeremiah's birth father, but he is stepping up and fathering that little boy, and they have so much in common. Mia, for the last time, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You said out your mouth at the last reunion that you know for a fact that Jeremiah is Gordon's child. One, he looks just like Gordon. Also, two, you said that you had an IUI, and there's no way that there's no way that Ink could be the father of Jeremiah. So for you to now say, well, we're still going to take the test, even though I know that he's not the dad and Gordon is, what are we talking about? Why are we wasting time? And Bravo, if you guys love the fans, you guys will fire Mia. This whole storyline is stupid. What are we saying? Mia is throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks, and she looks pathetic. Hey, Dwayne is Pierre. Thank you for the super chat. Mia triggering Gordon and saying he's manic as she hides the knife is crazy. Yes, she's gaslighting that man. Hey, AKA Hilton, thank you for the super chat. Who on Potomac has had high body count hair? Shout out to Angie K from Salt Lake City. I'm going to use that all the time, high body count hair. If you're not watching SLC, by the way, please get into them. SLC is having the best season out of everybody so far. They are top 2 and they're not 2. They are those girls, okay? SLC is eating. The drama, we haven't had a bad episode yet. So Kiana says that when it comes to mental health, she's always a listening ear. And since she's been working with her boyfriend, Greg, she's going to ask, she gets it. So now she says, so now Kay says, well, this isn't appropriate, this whole situation with you, Gordon, and Ink. And then she says, I'm going to have Greg send you some tools, give you a mania checklist, and let me know how it's working. Kiana, you must have been real desperate for a scene, because what is this? You and Mia just got cool 2 episodes ago. And on top of that, you're not a licensed mental health professional. So for you to try to give her any tools on the situation, for what? What are we doing here? Ashley's on her date, don't care, we can skip past it. And now we get to the last scene of the episode. Mia's at home baking cookies with her kids. And Mia, I plan on wearing you all the way out because what you did in these last 6 minutes was shameful. You have no integrity. I don't understand why this could not be a private conversation off camera. This is a bit too heavy, especially for little kids. Jeremiah is 9, Juju is 6 or 7, and you think it's funny to just play with their lives like this? Why are we talking about the dissolution of a marriage on camera? And she was so cavalier about it. That's what made this even worse. It just felt like Mia views this as a game. And when your kids are all messed up because of what they've seen, you've been carrying on, you're going to have nobody to blame but yourself. This is going to have ripple effects on your children. It's not right, Mia. I mean, I feel so bad. They're such sweet kids, such innocent, beautiful kids. And my heart was breaking watching you do this. And then for you to say that you're preserving their innocence, no, you're not. But you have the audacity and the gall to bring up Gizelle's kids sneaking in a boy to the house and they're teenagers going to college with their heads on straight. Well-adjusted children. You better hope that your kids are as well-adjusted as Gizelle's are, because how you're acting is quite sad. Anything for a check. Exactly. Yep. That's why her oldest son does not want to be filmed anymore because of this, because of her antics. Yeah, and those kids are so smart. Exactly. So they're making cookies, and Mia says, Daddy told me that when you guys were at, his apartment, you had a lot of snacks. So Jeremiah's like, so why are you guys living in 2 separate places? So Mia says, well, remember when I said we're getting a divorce? Now we know that kids don't lie. This reaction, there was nothing rehearsed about this scene. Jeremiah is like, wait, what? You didn't tell me that. So Mia's like, oh, I didn't. And Jeremiah's like, no, but why are you guys getting a divorce? Right here, I was waiting for production to say, you know what, Mia, let's end this scene. We're going to stop filming for the day. We're done. If I were a producer watching that in real time, I would have felt ashamed to even be filming that. I would have turned those cameras off. That little boy, his face shattered when she said that. I'm not even a parent. And I'm just like, the hairs on my arms were just raised. I was disgusted. I was sick to my stomach watching that. Because you could just tell he was really distraught about that. And she's saying this like it's a joke. I'm like, what is going through your mind? Like, it's almost like Mia is depraved because you can't love this fame and this money that much. We're going to sit up there and sell your family out like that. That was so gross. Yes, his parents are very trifling. So Mia's trying to be all cutesy with it. And she says, oh, I didn't? So Jeremiah said, well, why are you guys splitting up? So Mia says, well, sometimes mommy and daddy don't get along. Does that make you sad? So Jeremiah says, yes, it does make me sad. And I have a mixed feeling about it. Now, I love how Mia and Gordon's kids are very bright kids. They're very sharp. They're on it. Because for him to say I have a mixed feeling about that, I said, wow, like he's very in tune with his emotions. And I hope that her kids never lose that. I love how he's letting her know, like, what's going on right now? Hey, Gemini, Nola girl, thank you for the super chat. I was so triggered by that. Gordon and Mia scene. These babies are going to need plenty of therapy. Mia and Gordon are dead wrong. They are. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I place more of the blame on Mia than I do with Gordon. Because think about it. In every single scene, Gordon has let it be known he's not with this. He does not want his kids to be exposed like this. He's not trying to have these conversations on camera with their kids. Gordon, if you go back and watch all the episodes of this season, anytime they have a sit-down conversation, Gordon makes it clear he is not here to be in this circus with Mia and harm their kids mentally. Gordon's not with this. If Gordon could do it himself, do it his way, he would have this all off camera, not on camera. So I put a majority of the blame on Mia. I really do. So, so we see Gordon comes over, the kids hug him, and Mia says, "We're making cookies," and the kids thought it would be fun if you came and helped bake with us. So Mia says, "Gordon, when you were before you got here, the kids and I were talking about our relationship and how to navigate it. So I'm glad that you're here now so we can talk about it." So she goes on to say, "I was telling Jeremiah that just because we're getting a divorce doesn't mean that we don't love them any less. We're always going to be a family." So now Mia turns right back to Jeremiah and she said she's asking him if he's still sad. So Jeremiah says, "Yeah." And I was floored when Mia had the gall to ask him, "Oh, you're still sad?" I said, "Mia, you just told this boy 3 minutes ago that you're getting a divorce. He had no idea. What is going through your mind? Of course he's sad. He's going to be sad about that for a long time." And then Gordon had to check you, and Gordon says, "Well, let him be sad, and I'd be upset if he wasn't sad about that. That would be weird." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I guess you're right." I'm like, Mia is a dummy. There's no way to, no, there's no other way to say, there's no nice way to say that. That woman is certifiable, because you're sitting up here. It's just the fact that you're mad that people are critiquing your parenting, but you're doing such off the wall stuff that could potentially cause your kids to need a whole bunch of therapy because of how you're conducting yourself. This is wrong, Mia. And you have no boundaries, you have no limits. And that's a dangerous thing. And it's definitely giving sociopath, emotionally detached. Absolutely. I think that there is nothing wrong with wanting money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous or wanting to be rich, well off, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live well. But there is a problem when you don't have any limits. There needs to be some stuff where you say, as much as I want to be rich, there's some lines I'm not going to cross. Everybody needs to have a moral compass for them with, this is what I won't do. I'm willing to do X, Y, and Z to get money, but I'm not willing to cross this line. I'm willing to do this, get with that person, whatever. There's no judgment. But a line for me that I feel should not be crossed ever is exploiting kids, especially your family, your own children. There needs to be, well, okay, if you strip, whatever, that's fine. I have no judgment with that. That's, girl, do you, I get it. Absolutely, like, whatever. But for you to sit up there and play with your kids like this on national TV, that's deplorable. And for you to sit up there and be so cavalier about a heavy situation that should not be talked about on camera at that, I'm like, you have no shame. Yeah, there's no integrity. There is no integrity. There's no boundaries. There's just nothing there. And for her to be upset and annoyed by her little 9-year-old son being upset by this news, I said, is everything okay? Karen said it best. Mia will step on Jesus to get where she is. Exactly. I can never be friends. Yes, people like that who don't have any boundaries or any limits, you can't be with anybody who will do anything for money. And Mia is the epitome of, she will sell her soul for $1. And that kind of thinking is also desperate thinking, because when you know that if you put in the work, if you're consistent, you have a talent, you really use, your gifts, if you inherently know that your gifts will make room for you, you don't have a desperation for things because you know that it's eventually going to come. Mia is a very desperate individual, and these actions show desperation time and time again. Her and Jacqueline. I don't have any, yeah, it's a poverty complex. It sure is. So Mia goes on to say that Jeremiah says, well, I want you guys back together. And Mia says, well, we pretty much are together because daddy lives upstairs. So now, so Gordon says that he's resigned himself to accepting that their marriage is over and that they're getting a divorce. So Mia says that, well, we both agree that we want to keep the kids first. That's first and foremost. And Mia, I have to call you out. That's a lie. If you really desire to keep your kids first, you would not have this storyline play out on television. And wait, hold on, because I've seen quite a few comments. I don't know if these are Mia fans, but for all y'all who keep telling me, well, without Mia, we wouldn't have a show. You guys have got to stop thinking that just because it's trash, that means that it's entertaining. Is Potomac a bit dry this season? Yes. Would it be maybe a bit drier if Mia weren't on the show with this storyline? Yes. But I can take dry versus taking this kind of stuff that's on our television. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see a grown woman exploit her family like this, talking about paternity, DNA tests, and who's the father, who's not the father. We have the kids in every scene. They're upset about this news about you guys divorcing. I don't want to see that. That's not entertainment. So I don't know. It's not fun to watch. So that whole argument of, well, if Mia wasn't on the show, we wouldn't have a show. That's not true. We would still have a show. Now, granted, it might not be the most entertaining, but I'm still not entertained by Mia stuff. So there's also that. Just my 2 cents. So now we have Mia says that this is a complicated situation and she wants to preserve their innocence. Gordon should have cursed you out right then and there, because how in the world are you preserving their innocence when we're displaying information like this on a national stage? There was no care in the way you flippantly told your son, who's only 9, about you two divorcing. His innocence, in my opinion, I felt like his innocence was stripped of him that day with you just so carelessly sharing this kind of news. Ridiculous. I don't want to miss any super chats, y'all. Thank you, Barb for the super sticker. Scarlett J, thank you for the super chat. Mia's been like this because her past and present shows she operates on survival, so she really doesn't care. I blame Bravo and the viewers that hated Candace and Wendy for her even still having a flute. Yes, say it again, please. I agree 100% with that. I think that Mia is living off a survival mode, and like one of you guys said earlier, a poverty complex, and that's why she's moving so raggedy. So now we have the kids. We have Juju is adorable. Okay, the kids are adorable. So Juju's like, I have a question. Where did you guys meet? So we all know that they met at the strip club that Mia danced at, where they served steaks and lobsters, right? And she was wearing a ball gown, allegedly. So Gordon, they're being evasive, and Gordon says, we met in Charlotte. So Juju says, where? So Gordon says, Southeast Charlotte. Now, you know that kids are going to ask you the same question, so I don't know why he was trying to lie. So she's like, well, what place in Charlotte? And he says, the club. I said, Juju knew he was lying too. Juju is so cute. So, so now Mia's running her mouth about something, and Juju's whispering to Gordon, and she says, "But Daddy, what if Mommy actually marries Mr. Ink?" I said, Mia, you really thought that your kids didn't know about you and Ink? Because a few episodes ago, Mia was saying that the kids don't know, they have no idea. They think that they're just good friends. Kids know, girl. The kids are not stupid. They know that that's not their uncle. They know that Mommy is messing around with Ink. Also, last season, didn't Gordon say that the kids told him last year that they caught her in bed with Mr. Ink? So the kids knew a long time ago. You think that the kids are not perceptive just because you sit up there and lie. Your kids are very smart kids. Her kids are very bright kids. So now, so Gordon says, well, that's up to Mommy. So Mia's like, wait, what's that? Juju had me screaming again. She says nothing. So now Mia tells her kids that sometimes people grow apart. And now Juju says, what did she say? Oh, Juju now walks up to Mia and says, you can't marry Mr. Ink. Then she says, you get what you get and you don't get upset. I said, read her down. I said, come through me. I said, come through, Juju. Please check your mother. I said, come through. I said, out of the mouth of a 7-year-old girl. Exactly. Your daughter is telling you to stop being a fool. Like, we're not dumb. I was here for it. Yep, she said Juju saw them in bed. Thank you. It was Mia who admitted that her kids caught her. So why is she saying that the kids have no idea? Yeah, she took the kids to Ink's house. I hope the kids are okay. Those kids know more than Mia thinks. They are. The kids are very astute. They are. This is why Dorit needs to be honest with her kids, because the kids always know. Mia has no shame. She won't stop. Her daughter is so cute. Adorable. So now the kids go off to another room, and Mia and Gordon are talking by themselves. And Gordon says, look, Mia, in all seriousness, we need to have another conversation with the kids because this conversation was very disjointed. And he's correct. They need to have this conversation again off camera. So now Mia says, well, I know, but I've worked so hard to protect their innocence. Mia, stop playing with me. Stop. No, seriously, please stop playing with me. I'm so serious. You're not preserving anything. So now Gordon reads Mia and he's like, but Mia, how? When they get older and it's time for them to get married, they might repeat the same cycles that we've repeated. So he's like, you've been married 2 times and now you're moving on to who knows what. I said, Gordon, get her again. But Gordon, let me just tap you on the wrist, sir, because wasn't Mia your third wife? You've also had 3 failed marriages too. So not too much. You and Mia are both 0 for 2, 0 for 3 when it comes to marriage. So again, sir, I wouldn't say too much. And you were also cheating on your ex-wife with Mia. Had you not done that, you wouldn't be in this boat now. So I got to tap you on the wrist too, sir, because you are also at fault when it comes to all this. You should have never been in the strip clubs looking at Mia in the first place. You knew that she only wanted you for money anyway. So Gordon has 5 grown kids and the 2 with Mia. So he has 7 kids total. So that's a shame. Mr. Brown has 7 kids total, no money now. You see what happens when you cheat? A mess. Oh, thank you so much, Gemini Nola girl. Thank you for the super chat. That conversation with little Juju says it all. Those kids are seeing and hearing way too much. Yes, they're probably being teased at school too. Shaking my head. I wouldn't be surprised. We know how kids are. We know how petty kids are. Yeah, he has a lot of kids. Mia, Ink, and Jacqueline are bridge and tunnel. They are. Yes. Just like Lisa Barlow said. Where are Gordon's grown kids to help him with his condition? Well, if their father was a cheater and a deadbeat and left their mothers for the next woman, would you expect the kids to help him out now? Think about it. For a lot of people who had a deadbeat dad growing up and the dad gets sick when he's older, they want nothing to do with the man. And I understand that. I'm sure that there's probably resentment towards Gordon. I would not be surprised if Gordon's grown kids don't talk to him now because of how he treated their moms. So that's probably why they're not there, and I don't blame them. Hey, Noble B, thank you for the super chat. Crater face, mommy needs to go. Listen, doesn't she though? Her face agitates my. Oh my God! Yes, that's that disorder that you can't like see like different like holes. I have that. I can't see that either. How do you say it? Trypophobia. Isn't Zeus Network hiring? Can't Carlos help her out or something? No, Carlos is too busy gassing her up, saying that she's the queen of Potomac now. A mess. This is too messy for Housewives. Come on, Bravo, do better. He seems more clear-headed. Well, yeah, that generally happens when these men are pushing, they're about to kick the bucket. I'm sure he is more clear-headed now, probably regretting what he's done in the past. I wouldn't help you with squat if you left my mama for this Nestle Crunch face hoe. Gordon said it himself. Gordon said it. Gordon and Mia both said it in season 7. They said that he cheated on his then wife with Mia. You don't remember that? Before they went to Miami, he said they used to go to Miami all the time when he was still married to his former wife, and they would cheat and have sex on the beach. And Mia was like, oh yeah, I was a side chick. I was a side chick. Mia was bragging about being the side turned wife. They both admitted this. They both admitted that he was a cheater. He said it and she said it. Y'all have me screaming in this chat. Dropping it low and spreading it wide. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, they both admitted to cheating and having sex on the beach while he was still a married man to his former wife. So now, you know, the rest of this conversation was stupid. I can't. Mia's a liar. This is just a hot mess. But Mia says that she met up with Kay the other day, and Kay told her that it's time for her to set some boundaries. So now she says that Gordon living in the same building as her is ludicrous. And Gordon says, well, it is an unusual situation, but it's working for me. So now she goes on to say that Ink feels like I should set more boundaries as well because I'm not available for him because I'm so concerned about you and your well-being. So Gordon just put his head down. He looks exhausted. Exactly. Kay isn't even a professional. So now Mia says that I don't have anything else in me. And then she says that it's time for her to get this divorce so that she can move on and heal. And that's where the episode ends. When I tell y'all this is foolishness and I need for this to be over with, I can't. Mia, you have got to go. This needs to be your last season. This ain't it. You sat up there and blindsided those kids with that news on camera like that. Absolutely not. That was cruel. This was a conversation that is too serious to be talked about over baking cookies and you're smiling with the camera jammed in their faces. That was wrong. That I'm so sorry. That was just really messed up. Oh, Veronica, thank you for the super chat. Mia is horrible. Hope she doesn't come back ever on TV or any show. Poor kids. If she does go back on TV, go on Love and Hip Hop. This episode was so boring. It was, but I had a lot to talk about, even though it was boring. Yes, I hate when somebody says, I hate this going on. Baby, you're keeping it going on. Exactly. Take Jacqueline with her. Fire Mia. Very nasty gaslighting. Will I be reviewing Married to Medicine? Probably not, unless something really interesting happens, maybe. But it's nice to have a show to just watch. Also, I'm tired. It's been so many shows on. January and February is gearing up for Atlanta and I think Miami. So it'll be like four on at the same time. It's a lot going on. So I'm going to just rest and watch Married to Medicine casually and not review it. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not letting you down, but yeah, Bravo has so many shows on. Oh, hey, N-Dub, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for dragging Mia. I needed this. Oh, well, I'm glad. We're so glad you're here, Brooke. Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. I don't like Nestle Crunch bars anymore because of Mia. I fell asleep on the first 2 episodes of Married to Medicine. Oh, okay, so it's not that good. Okay. Well, I've heard that. Thank you for never letting us down. Oh, I appreciate that. Y'all, I always have a good time. I just knew for this review, for this episode, I knew that I'd have more fun going live versus pre-recording it because I wanted to get some of your thoughts in real time. So this is perfect. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Kay suddenly, the shade of it all. Kay's an expert because she's wearing a t-shirt. Oh my God. Okay, so I've never been a big Southern Charm watcher, but I did watch the first episode. Yeah, it is a pretty good show. No, you guys have me hollering in the comments, y'all. Like, y'all are just chef's kiss. Listen, y'all, I mean, this was everything, especially talking about TJ and Stacey and that pizza. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Kay's business is the med spa. That was boring. I can't wait to see when they're on vacation. We can do it again. Did I watch? No, I didn't watch last night. I know Giselle was on with somebody else. I forgot, but no, I didn't watch. I just saw the clips. Did you hear Bronwyn's woo child in the last episode of SLC? I said, oh, who's been teaching Bronisha the lingo? Listen, Bronwyn, isn't she from San Francisco, the Bay Area? I'm sure that she grew up with a lot of Black friends. So yeah, because I've noticed that. I've noticed the Black accent. I've noticed that from beginning. Like in the reads, she's talking to somebody on the side. They're giving her some reads. Yeah, Bronwyn is very, Oh yeah, I saw Wicked. I saw Wicked last weekend. It was phenomenal. I said Ariana and Cynthia, despite what you've said about Black Americans in the past, I can always give you your 10s. You ate that. If you did not see Wicked yet, go see Wicked. She ate that. I mean, her and Ariana did that. Chewed. I said, okay. I said, you know what, Ariana? I will forgive you for dating a married man. Well, you know what? That's a mess. I don't even know why she likes him. He's not even cute. I'm like, Ariana, you're so cute. Like, you could do so much better. I don't know what Ariana Grande's issue is with men. It's weird. But that guy is not even cute. And she's Ariana, you need to get it together, girl. You need to get it together. But I slightly forgave you and Cynthia for all your antics because you guys tore the role up. I forgive Ariana. Hi, Ivans, Lyra. Thank you for the super chat. Brooke, we love you. Thank you for your content. Thank you. Alexia from Miami said the RHOP ladies don't dress that well. They don't. She did not lie. She told the truth. We know Ashley sometimes wears a high body count hair. Laughing my ass off. I want to know your opinion. No, Alexia told the truth. They cannot dress at all. The Potomac girls need help. And this episode, it was evident. Everybody, it was a chop for everybody in this episode. Wendy and that big, y'all said Michelin Man blue. Y'all are too much. Oh, she was born in Brazil, but it's from the Bay. Yes. Child, that girl is not from the Bay. She looks like Ariana has zero type. Yes, Wicked was outstanding. Hey, James Potts the third. My sister still has not forgiven Ariana for licking those donuts. Oh my gosh, yes. No, y'all, when I tell you, no, they tore that movie up. I said, you know what? Despite all the nonsense that you guys have done over the years, y'all did that. Y'all, I will talk to y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I had a great time. I will see you all for Beverly Hills and for SLC. And then a quick side note, I emailed for all y'all who had emailed me about being a moderator. I had emailed you back asking if you want to moderate this live. So I probably will do a live for Beverly Hills. So just let me know if you want to moderate for Beverly Hills. Okay. And I'll get a few moderators, but I had a great time. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much. And yes, we will do this again, but I love y'all and I will see you all later. Bye y'all.